Think about your favorite character in gaming. And if Nathan doesn't exactly Drake your fancy, I did say think, not look. He's just an example, my baby boy. But take this character and strip them down of all of their identifying features. Take away their voice, take away their cool fancy armor, take away their hair, take away their personality. Only leave them with their gameplay mechanics. And what do you have left? Probably not very much. Most game characters today aren't really characters at all. They're just stories or dialogue on top of samey, cliched gameplay. So I say again, strip down your favorite character into their gameplay mechanics alone and put them into a room with other stripped down characters. And how do they separate themselves? How do they stand out? And they probably don't, is the real suck of it. Because games are no longer designed for their characters, they're designed around their characters. That's why we see fuckboys like Nathan Drake pressed up against chest-high walls, when in reality, his games should have looked something more like Tomb Raider, or Indiana Jones, taking full advantage of his background and his trade instead of turning it into a cover-based shooter. That's why games like Inversion and Homefront the Revolution were such letdowns. Their settings or their characters provided the opportunity to do something unique, and they chose not to. They chose to be bland. But we're not here to talk about bland games, we're here to talk about bland characters. And more importantly, good characters, well-designed characters. Characters with unique personalities and distinctive gameplay. Characters like Krieg.
I don't know the dead man. Probably didn't deserve what he got. Doesn't make him special, though. All kinds of people die out here. The innocent, and the not-so-innocent. If I'm lucky, he hasn't noticed me yet. I want to warn him. I want to tell him to run, to hide, to get out of sight so I won't have to kill him. That's what I want to say. What actually comes out of my mouth is, I have the shiniest meat bicycle!
I talk a lot of shit about Borderlands 2 because I don't like it, but something it does very well is character design. Building characters who are unique in more than just their personality, but also their gameplay. Even if you were to strip all of Borderlands 2's characters into blank slate mannequins, mute, with no backstory, but left their gameplay intact, they would still feel wholly different. You would know through gameplay alone, oh, I'm playing this character. And you would probably even imagine what their personalities would be like if they weren't mute blank slates, because their gameplay reflects their personalities perfectly. And Krieg is the quintessential example here. For those of you who don't know who Krieg is or what his kit includes, let's take a quick look at two of his skill trees, Mania and Hellborn. Look at his first 5 skills excluding Pull the Pin. Empty the Rage increases his melee damage, and exponentially more when his shields are down. Feed the Meat and Embrace the Pain extend his shield recharge delay, not decrease it. They encourage and incentivize you to play Krieg with his shields down. Fuel the Rampage even decreases your ability cooldown when you take damage, doubly so when you take health damage. Krieg is completely different from all the other characters in this game, and many others. And it's not because they wrote him with a wacky, zany personality, it's because of his mechanics. Look at this, look at Silence the Voices. Each level increases his melee damage by 50%, but gives him a chance upon melee to hit himself in the head. It boosts your melee damage through the roof and incentivizes melee-focused gameplay, but gives you the chance to literally beat yourself in the head until you die, which I have done many a time in the game. And look at his Hellborn tree. It's much of the same, very unique, very different gameplay, focused around lighting yourself on fire. Constantly taking damage because you're on fire, obviously, but gaining huge benefits like a 50% reduction to all damage, huge boosted elemental chance, healing percent health for all damage done with fire. As a fully ranked Hellborn Krieg, you can walk solo into a room brimming with enemies who outlevel you and outdamage you, and survive by just lighting them all on fire, decimating them, and becoming basically invincible. It's absolutely mad and wholly unique. And you don't even need his aesthetic. You don't even need the back and forth between the voice in his head and the monstrous Krieg character. You don't need any of his personality to know what a fucking madman Krieg the Kit is. Because his gameplay alone is insanity. You strip him down, paint him white, take away his voice, take away everything else, you know you're playing Krieg. You're not playing as beefy space marine who's pressed up against a wall. You're not playing as cheeky, sarcastic guy pressed against a wall. You are playing the frantic, brutal, psycho inferno Krieg, and you don't need stupid one-liners or pages of backstory to know. I wish game developers designed characters and games like this, building very focused, very unique characters, and giving them objectives to tackle, in challenging, fun, and novel ways which allow you to explore their strengths and weaknesses. And if it's a co-op game like Borderlands, build a team around it. It's one of the reasons Payday is so popular. It's just a shame Borderlands 2 was boring. They give you all of these wonderfully designed characters, and then have you backtracking through locations you've already been to, fighting enemies which aren't very creative, and doing meaningless fetch quests the whole time. It's just such a waste of excellent character design. And Payday 2 gets his shit for being grindy also, but at least there isn't backtracking and downtime. Instead you gotta worry about microtransactions. But we'll keep this short and cut off the serious content right there. Just remember, next time you're playing a game, what would the game feel like if I took the personality away from the characters? What would the gameplay feel like? Would it feel familiar? 9 out of 10 times I'm gonna say yeah. And that's not a bad thing. There are many games with bland, familiar gameplay I really enjoy, I really love, like Defiance or Singularity. I'm just sharing good game design with you and hopefully one day prompting more of it. Ooh, that was probably loud. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Like if you liked, because that's what the like button is for, my guy, and subscribe for more. I do weekly uploads between Sundays and Tuesdays. They were originally Sunday, Monday fun days, but then I fucked one up, and then I had to make it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday fun days. But between these weekly uploads and my second channel where I do gameplay stuff, I'll put a card, you have a steady stream of retarded drivel coming out of my mouth. And I know how much you just love hearing it drip into your ears. So subscribe, because call me King Ripper, the ear dripper. That's what I do for you, baby boy. And leave a comment, please. You think I'm doing it because YouTube likes comments and I like comments, and yes, that is why I'm asking. But I would also love to hear games with good character design like this, because I'm in a little bit of a drought right now, and I could use some good games, so let me know. Let me know, please. And yeah, thanks for watching, really, I mean it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we have so much fun on this channel, and I'm glad you're here, and I can't wait to do it with you guys more. Have a good one, my boys. And I'll see you on my other channel. I'm waiting on you. Woohoo! Woohoo!